more of early intervention and of having persons living with autism.
If the early intervention starts quite early, the child will be able to develop quite appropriately in terms of how they express their needs, because they're not able to know your emotion or show emotion. So that is the context of it. So if it started at a very early age, it is more helpful to the child and the parent as well.
Right, Ali, isn't there an established association or society in Kenya dealing with autism?
Yes, there is. There's the Autism Society of Kenya.
Yes.
Yes, it is there. And probably they've not been able to reach out to everyone. If you can go have a look at their website, it's quite minimal in terms of it. There isn't a helpline. You know, if a parent got a diagnosis, there's no helpline where I have this problem and they can be signposted to the right direction or the right services available.
What can we draw? Perhaps I'll ask this of you first, Ali. What can we draw in Kenya from your experience in the UK that would give Ruth and other families like hers relief, but that would also allow for Paul and other young men and women like him to live to their fullest?
Every single person is different. Now, from our position is for them to be able to live a fulfilled life, we need funding from three different aspects. One from the healthcare sector, two from education sector, and third from the social services sector. If these three were to come together, then I believe that the children or parents would be able to be supported quite adequately. Then services would be easily available to the parents in order to support them with their children, with their autistic children.
Ruth, I want you to do something for me, if you may.
Yes.
There's someone who's watching this right now who is going, that is so my life right now, and I am barely coping.
Yes.
I think you've been there.
Yes.
And you've had that experience. What would you say to them? In fact, don't tell me what you would say to them. I've got a camera here, and I'm going to ask my cameraman to come round to you. Please speak to someone who is living with a child or who has just received a diagnosis of autism.
This is, I know, is a very difficult diagnosis for you as a parent, but I want to tell you that I've been there. I have faced those long nights when you can't sleep, when you don't know what you're going to do, when you feel like the whole world has come to an end. But I want to tell you that I am here for you, to support you in any way that I can, to talk to you, and it doesn't matter what time or day or night it is, just call me. And sometimes you want to just have someone to hear you out and know that it's just not you alone. We are many, many parents, and each day we are getting to know more, and we will help you as much as we can.
Ellie, if I asked you for the one thing that you would ask for Ruth and for Paul that we need to change about the way in which we are dealing with autism in Kenya today?
What we need to change immediately is the concept of that autism, first of all, is lifelong. There is no cure. So that is one of the first things we would want to eliminate, that this is a disorder. It's going to affect your child for life. There is no treatment and there is no solution to it. So it is how parents can learn to cope, adapt their settings in order to be able to embrace the child, and also the wider general public to understand and not shun these children away, because a lot of parents like Ruth and Paul are limited to the visitations of places they can go, even in normal restaurants, in planes, and also in public transport. It is very key that this is absolutely put out there and embraced by all, that it's a disorder, it's a neurological disorder, and it's lifelong. So once parents are able to accept it and not go out further trying to look for cures, then that way you'll be able to understand and able to support your child through their autistic life.
I really want to say something to the parent. Don't lose hope. And that's why I keep saying, the minute you know your diagnosis, start your work there. It won't go away, as Elia said, but it will get better. When you start putting structure, and we support you, and that's why we are a support group. We are here to support you, to make things better for you. We are here to listen to you, because we know and we've been there. It's something that we can relate to.
Ruth, are there good days?
Yes, there are good days. In fact, there are days that I really laugh.
Yeah.
Like my daughter has a thing about a blankie. She's been carrying since she was very small. And one time my daughter was very unwell, and his brother could identify that the one thing that would make her feel really nice was her blankie. So he went frantically looking for it. He found it, and then he brought it to her and put it on her face and just stroked her. Those are the moments that we get priceless, you know. Something happened in the family, and we've been grieving over something, and he comes and he strokes you. It's like, I'm really sorry. That's his way of communicating. I can hear what you guys are going through. I know it's difficult. I may not have the words to tell you, but I support you. And then he disappears to his own world.
The measure of a society is the way in which we treat those of us who are different. What's the measure of our society? And not society out there. Society as in you and me. When we meet Ruth and Paul, or when Ellie comes out in search of support for those who aren't like us. I know if you're a parent and you've been watching this, your heart is like melting, because I need to go get myself some tissue now. But don't let it just melt and then this story goes away. Send this link to someone who you know could benefit from it. Because I think as many people as know about this condition and what we can do to make a difference, whether it's in government, whether it is in private sector, it is within families who, whether in their immediate family or extended family, are living with someone with autism, then the measure of the society that we are will be so much bigger, so much warmer, so much better, so much kinder. Thank you for watching.